one of my primary markets is Mercer County, right? Mercer County, as of right now, has a little over 1 month's worth of inventory. Just for people who don't talk about this every day, when you ask a realtor, how's the market, right? And we say, oh, it's a seller's market or a buyer's market or whatever. We're actually talking about an absorption rate of the number of properties available for sale compared to the number of properties that sold during that same time period. It's usually calculated on the last day of the month. And it's just a simple ratio, right? And for definition purposes, we've said that 6 months worth of supply represents a balanced market. So if you're more than 6, you're in a buyer's market. If you're less than 6, you're in a seller's market. So Mercer County right now is like 1.13 months of inventory looking at the whole image, the whole shebang, right? Yeah. Whereas Cape May, the other place I work, right? Cape May is 3 times that. It's still technically a seller's market, but it's at 3 months worth of inventory. And you can slice it down to the individual, frankly, neighborhood, right? And some neighborhoods are going to sell faster than others. And, it's important to understand that as you approach the market, regardless of what angle you're tackling it from. If you're a buyer, you need to know what's going on, right? If it's 1 month worth of inventory and you're looking to buy a house in that area, you need to expect that there's probably going to be multiple offers on your home that you're trying to buy, right? Likewise, for the sellers, you need to anticipate what that means for you, all right? So fine, there might be multiple offers, but if it's a market that's heating up like it is right now, then the appraisal data that follows those sold homes, you have to realize the data that powers appraisal is in arrears. It's a look back, right? So if you're coming from a cool market like we had, particularly in Cape May County, it was around 6 months, towards the end of 2023. It just dropped out, right? The data points appraisers are going to look at are from the past, and so yeah, it's great. You got multiple offers, right? And they're over list and everything like that. But you need to understand that, hey, the appraisal is probably going to come up short because values were lower 90 days ago. And you really want to look for terms that protect you with respect to that appraisal, right? So this is what the data can tell you. And you have to look at it from different angles, depending on, who you are. We talked about VA purchases. I learned very early on to pay close attention to, where a property is likely to appraise at. And I started doing it for buyers as well as sellers. And it was easy math for me because most of my VA buyers were 100% financed, right? So, okay, 100% of the number, right? I can figure that part out, right? But what I've also, learned about my VA buying population is because you can finance the purchase entirely, including closing costs, right? Because you can do that, many VA buyers don't have much cash set aside for their home purchase. And that does become a bit of a challenge because you have to cover closing costs, right? In the superheated market that we have had, and we're about to have again, not being able to cover the appraisal gap is a challenge, right? And you're competing against buyers that I don't know where they're getting the money from. I have no friggin' clue. I don't know if it's families gifting them money. You guys would know better than me. I don't know if it's coming from there. I don't know if they're pulling it from retirement. I've never been able to actually figure that out. I'd love to hear your opinions on that. But, a fully financed buyer like a VA or USDA buyer that doesn't have a lot of extra cash laying around, it's a hurdle. It really is. So what I tell, people that I start working with that, fall into those categories is start squirreling away money now because you're going to need it.